Hello world, hope you're doing well. If not, I hope it gets better for you guys. If you guys remember that tank in the video I had for it, I needed to find this pair, or whatever pair, since there's only one female in here. I gotta pair them up, put them in a 40 gallon, get them breeding. And then we'll turn this into a rainbow male display tank. Well, I guess it's time to start resetting some of these 40 gallons. Which I'll have to get all the baby rainbow fish out of those. And I'm wanting to do more stem plants and more kind of plant farming over here. Really more than breeding. So my algae breeding tanks have got to go. But of course, in a fish room like this, it's not that easy, especially since I'm trying to get things reorganized in here. But here are the 40s I'm going to use. And the main problem is I've been wanting to clean these up for nice scape tanks and actually make them look good. These algae tanks are great for rainbow fish breeding. But the other issue I've got to deal with these tanks is there's also a bunch of rainbow babies in there. So I've got to move those. Which I got 2 tanks of those. This one's empty. This one's got Synodontis and cyanobacteria. It's the only one that I got was cyanobacteria, so I'm not moving anything out of that until that stuff is gone. And I got something that I'm going to treat that with here soon. Rerithomycin and or ChemiClean. And then this has guppies in it. This is a bunch of coal shrimp, a bunch of Matano rare rice fish, more albino rice fish, and then these are Libear mollies, Synodontis cats. So with these albino rice fish, I've been wanting to put something outside for quite some time. And I did notice the female with eggs on her yesterday. Go outside with you. And many of you guys may know I built this pond. Now my members guessed it, and they guessed it right. I wasn't going to do it, and I had other plans for it, and I still plan on doing other things with it. But for the meantime, I think I'm going to put some rice fish in it, because why not? Go ahead and get it somewhat cleaned up. And I probably got a month until I could build the breeding thing that I need for the fish that I really plan on using for this. So within that month, I should be able to get some babies. And the thing with rice fish, they all come up to the top, so they'll be easy to get out of there. I shouldn't have to go like really fishing for them. And plus, the fish I plan on putting in there, they're going to be protected by a thing, so they won't really be able to predate, even if there was some still left in there. But I can't wait to get to that. Here in about a month. Stay tuned for all that. Then I don't want to risk a cold spell with those fish that I plan on putting there in the future, so I'm still waiting on those. And my fire pit water hole is another inspiration to why I want to do this. This is cool to see. We're just at the end of March here in Florida, and you see the big rice fish there in the middle, and then off to the side got some babies. And the more we look into it, the more there's babies all around, different sizes. This is my first little practice pond that I built. I had thrown some king yamas in there. Well, they're supposed to be red king yamas. They weren't really red, but either way, we got babies. Look at them babies battling right there. They're like, rah, 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 rah. Looks like they could use some more plants. Probably would be helpful for them. Currently, it just has dollarwort in it, which is a Florida native. But look at those roots. Cool. Now, before we do anything with the fish, we gotta get some plants in there because they're gonna need something to breed on. So I'm thinking back here in my lab area, I've got this sump for this fry rack system. And since it has so many containers, I don't know, I always fight algae in it because I think it's just so nutrient rich for the tank. Plus it's just loaded with fish. It's got live bears, it's got shellies, it's got rice fish, it's got endlers, and it's packed. Packed-ish. It's a weird combo. But everybody gets along together. And see, this is the thing I get torn about, because it's like, oh, I should make a video about this tank and just how it exists with shellies and mollies and rice fish. But we don't have time for all that because I got a bunch of other videos to make. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this out of here. Actually, hopefully the rice fish didn't breed on it. Even if they did, it won't matter because the rice fish that we're going to put into the pond won't be in there for that long. And I'll be able to figure them out later. Hey, little buddy. He's a brave one. This one actually looks like one of those Japanese rice fish. Those rare ones that I got, if you guys saw the videos for that. This is a mesh of Bacopa, Carolina, pearlweed, and guppy grass. And always good to properly prepare before doing this. I kind of wish there was no of those snails in there, but that don't matter. This thing's gonna be huge. Oh my God, go slow, buddy. I should have did this with my glasses on. Disconnect the algae. All right, that made a proper mess. Let's use the last mess towels from yesterday. Zoop. Get that first and foremost. Oh, hang on, buddy. Hang on. Not a bad bucket full. 5 gallon. And kerplunk. Of course, you know, it's got to fall in upside down, because what would it be if it didn't? Oh, God, I can't even reach that. Oh, man. Guys. There's a will, there's a way. Get the rake here. I'll just push that down, kind of flop it back around. Wiggle my rake back out if I can. No, come on. The hardest part's gonna be disengaging the rake. It's that algae. There we go. Oh, now you don't want to go that way, I see. Can't be easy. Can't be just as simple as plopping it in there, right? There we go. There we go. But anyways, that should be a nice little breeding thing for the rice fish. You know, this thing makes that look so tiny. So imagine that was a 75 gallons worth, kind of. Look how much is left. I love it. I love it. I love it. Go ahead and do a head count. Looks like I got my 4 here. These guys, slow and smooth works best. I got these fish at a really old age. Like, they were pretty much old when I got them. You can see her spine's all kind of crooked. She's kind of geriatric. So they're kind of on their last leg. I need to get babies of them, because the tanks that I did have them in, which were these over here, they were in like that ones with not very much light, and they really do need light to breed. So probably shouldn't have tested it with these guys, but we'll get babies out of them. Hopefully out here, because in here they're gonna be living like kings and queens. Definitely lots of live food for them in here. Plenty of space to get away from predators. Live large, fish. Enjoy the retirement. Already munching away. And you could see in that video before, the red eyes, you can kind of see it from the top. They look gnarly out here. Look at that fish. How cool is this? Woo, woo, woo. Now, I got one more pond. And once again, hit the subscribe button if you want to see what happens here. We got all kinds of cool stuff planned for this pond and just this whole land. It's gonna get bananas. And once again, to the hard part, I need to get something in the other pond while the weather is good today. But I'm also trying to make a video of redoing this for the plants, for those rainbow fish, those rare Cernurgos, Melanitania cernurgo rainbow fish. And then it becomes to the part like, what do you title this? You put this fish name on it, you put this fish name on it. But, and you know, YouTube's all about keywords and algorithms. It's so hard for me as a channel. So for you guys sharing what I'm doing here to help other fish keepers goes a long, long way for my channel. But we're going to go ahead and go get those other pond fish. And just like that, I changed my mind. So we're not going to get those ones that were in there. I decided to go with something else. But we're still getting those pond fish. Spur of the moment of choosing between 2 of them. mind. I'm going back to the house. I'm getting these fish. Other choice was platinum rice fish, but I feel like there'll be enough in the market for those. We're going for these fish in here. So in here, in my quarantine area, for the longest time, I've been housing these absolutely gorgeous trout-goodeids. And you can see I've got quite a few of them going. They've been spawning, breeding in here. I think it would be cool to have a good big pond of these. I love these things because they kind of remind me of little miniature bass or little trouts. And I got these from a fellow breeder that got his from Greg Sage. So pretty good quality, seem to be. Now to catch them though, that will be the mission. Really want the big ones and then the little ones, because the other ones are sold. So it was absolutely loaded with fry in there. There's still a bunch. And I don't know, I don't think I'm going to put the big ones out there as much as I would like to, because they're, no, I'm going to get the big ones. But I'm going to go drop these guys off first. I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket. But you know, they should do all right putting them in there. I'm not that worried about it, or I wouldn't be doing it. We got maybe about 15 little ones there. They're about to eat so good. They're going to be going into this side pond, which is made out of a little scrap liner. You see there's all kinds of stuff in it. Lots of things for them to munch on. Arms away. And I probably won't see these guys in a long, long time. I'm kind of wishing I put the platinum rice fish in there just because you can see them. And they're cool. But, you know, I can't have both. Eventually we'll get them a pond. Brought my bucket this time because I'm just going to stick all this guppy grass algae stuff into that pond. Actually, I'm probably going to take this out, put some cleaner guppy grass in because I don't need all that algae. Now, I definitely know these guys got the survival skills to get away out in the wild. These guys are fast. But nice, got that tank a little reset and split up my colonies of these goodies. These things are cool. Alright, time to live large, fellas. See you in about 6 months. And if there's one plane I got a lot of that would work perfect for these guys, hornwort would be my other option, but I don't keep that because it doesn't ship well. But these are all shrimp tanks. And these tanks are just packed with shrimp, but this guppy grass is really clean. Now, I didn't fill up it too much because, well, I don't really need a whole lot. Just spreading this out here, like so, will go a long way, and they'll grow out with this stuff. You guys know guppy grass. It don't take it long. I hope it spread out here. That'll help it grow better. Some of that's already sinking to the ground. We do got a little pearlweed in here. We'll see how that does. By the time we're ready to harvest all this, we'll pull all the guppy grass out. We'll get all the fish. And we'll try something different maybe, or the same thing. This is for functionality, and hopefully we get a lot out of it. And you know, I should know if anything happens with these guys, because they would end up floating to the top if they died, or I would see bodies. So hopefully I don't see that. So here's the pond the next day. I didn't expect that crazy storm. These guys, these fish are probably like, what did he do to us? What a mess. And RIP Wesley's second trampoline. Yeah. Can't believe it blew all my boards everywhere. Luckily, that was about it of the damage. This pond doesn't look too bad. Alright, so power went out on me, and I don't have to worry about anything because everything's no filter. But this goes into catching the rainbow fish out of that rack that we were getting into from the beginning of this. This is how it goes. It goes all over the place. So we're going to stop this short, and we're going to continue this in the next video. So stay tuned for that. Hit the subscribe button and the notifications. And hopefully I'll see you on the next one.